Hello everybody, it's the weekend. It's Saturday, May 10th. It's Mother's Day weekend. Welcome to Off the Ledge, our daily check-in where we shift our perspective from doom and gloom to hope and intention. These past few days I have really felt like the more we can meditate and pray, the better. The more we can be intentional and active too, the better. In the midst of major planetary earth shifts, we really have to hold it together. Let's really intend that the situation between India and Pakistan right now does not escalate. These countries have nuclear weapons. And we all know that India is, like I said, gurus from Coimbatore, India. Kamala Harris's ancestry is in Tamil Nadu, which is India, which is South India, where Sadhguru's from. My point is, there's a lot of spiritual, strong energy in India that I feel can shut this war down. And in America, we're in a real precarious place, and the more people that can really take seriously what's happening in the United States of America, the better. In terms of activism, I know Spirit tells me we're going to get through this time. We will be different as a country, but we will not sink into 1930s Germany, 1930s, 40s Germany, in which Hitler just took over. The angels are with us. We can do anything we set our minds to. So let's just keep our minds centered on peace on the planet, and this, I'm going to stop calling it the fascist regime because I don't want to give that any energy. This illegitimate government that we have to be absolutely ousted. Every last, I will call them fascists though, every last fascist one of them. So with that, let's go to Ernest Holmes. Here in New England, it seems like it just won't stop raining. Everything's saturated. I've got a big leak going on, and the flowers are drowning, and this is global climate change, these extremes. And I'm sure in a little while, in a couple of days, it's going to be bright, sunny, and we'll have forgotten all about how much flooding we're having here. Anyway, do your best to keep your sense of humor. Thank you to all of you who are here with me every day. Please share if this is helpful to you. And please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Anybody who's been with me for years can attest to how committed I am to saving democracy. In fact, I'm right now looking into how I can get to DC for the June 6th rally. So, still looking at it. May 10th. Oh, this is reminding me, I have Church of Spirituality tomorrow, every single Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And this first line that Ernest Holmes has taken from the book of Psalms is actually lyrics to a hymn also. So I'll probably play this one tomorrow. I will call upon the Lord who is worthy to be praised, so I shall be saved from mine enemies. Now and always, we recognize that we live, move, and have our being in the divine. We are part of universal mind. We are one with universal substance. All the qualities and all the wealth of good and desirable things that exist in universal mind are ours now. We perceive, accept, and experience them. Daily, we accept more joy, more happiness, more of the good things of life. Constantly, our convictions deepen that a divine presence pervades our being. Constantly, our conviction deepens that a divine presence pervades our beings. freeing us from loneliness and sadness. We turn to the spirit within, knowing that it desires to manifest all good through us. The zest of learning to accept the good that is ours fills each day with interest and makes eternal life worthwhile. We now lay aside all anxiety, all striving, and let the law bring our good to us. We open every channel for substance to flow through us and take form in our objective experience. We joyfully anticipate greater abundance, more success, and more joy. And so it is. Reminding you that Ernest Holmes wrote much of his work during World War One and World War One and World War Two. So let's not think this is all like airy-fairy stuff that doesn't work. I think the spiritual teachings of that time brought us to a place where the earth continued and civilization continued. Let's listen to Kathy Beale today. We've got a surprise for you coming up this week, so I just wanted to let you know that, so you keep it tuned right here to Psychic Annette Dion. And let's see what she has for today. She's driving somewhere, she told me this morning. Okay, so let's see. Today is the 10th. I know I should do this ahead of time. Here we go.
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for May 10th, 2025. Conversation is going to get real down to brass tacks, nitty-gritty, down to earth. See if you don't start really focusing on what's going on with your money, what's going on with your food. It's a great day to be creative, artistically, but more importantly, notice that you and everything around you is saying, show me the money. That's all for now.
That really does fit with what I'm saying, to just get clear, just get, kind of get serious. Let's get serious, but still laugh. Okay, let's pull some cards for today. The Osho deck is here. Okay, there it is. I'm thinking about something that happened on PNN last night, where we know our Canadian viewers and followers are wonderful people, and we love everyone. I've been thinking about this since it happened, and there was a Canadian viewer who declared that they would never ever come to the United States of America ever again. I want to just encourage people to just step back. I mean, I know I talk about Navalny, just kind of communicating with that energy of him. Says, pray for the Russian people. When there's a heinous leader that got into their position through massive corruption and criminality in any country, the people are suffering. And I did not take that comment lightly, and I just want all our Canadian friends to know we're really going through it here. And when we think about somebody representing, it was you personally that's saying that you're all these terrible things, it's a terrible feeling. So in a way, in the United States of America, we're in mourning. We're in mourning for all that we've lost. And then we're motivated by that too, to remember what we had and to know that we can do this. We can recreate what we had. It wasn't that long ago. It was 4 or 5 months ago. We had a booming economy and a sane government. We know how to do that. So I'm just mentioning that to just urge us all to please be gentle. And I know that we talk about the MAGA people, like we get so angry and, they're so hateful, and we get feeling hateful back. But this is a real challenge for all of us in the midst of all this chaos that we don't Sometimes we feel helpless and hopeless, probably frequently, in the face of what's going on. Everybody is going through something, so let's please be gentle. And I know that you all are. It's just these times require us to just stop and think a little bit more before we say things. So that's all. I'm not calling anyone out or being, mean. I'm aware that we all need to be, myself included. I'm not the saint, believe me. But we all are being called to be more compassionate and to be more kind. I was reading something on some social media post about somebody who walked into a McDonald's, and there was a police officer there who saw a homeless person in line, asked him if, he paid for his meal, and he asked him if he needed food for later. That's what I'm talking about. And he wasn't looking for recognition. This person that was kind of telling their account of what they saw was sharing the story, which is a reminder we can all be that kind. We have it in us, and it feels good to be kind. We don't have to do it, to kind of put ourselves on display, right? I'll save the rest of my preaching for tomorrow at Church of Spirituality. 1 p.m. Eastern, please join us live, and we pray for one another. Yeah, so here in America, we're kind of letting go of all the hard emotions in a certain way. We're letting go of what we had, and we're salvaging what we can by turning inward to Source, which we do every day here on Off the Ledge. We turn our energy to Source. We remind ourselves of the tough times in the past that societies have been through, and how the societies pulled themselves out of really extenuating circumstances, real difficult times. So let's focus in on that. I posted on Facebook, which I'm not on very often, and I'll post it on my post page here too, a picture of the European leaders all coming together in celebration of Victory Day, which was the end of World War II. And I guess 81 years ago now, to just see that solidarity, it was so dignified, so remarkable. Let's envision a time when the United States of America has Kamala Harris as president. We could have had her, but we still can. And let's see us back on the world stage, being represented with dignity and humility too. Let's see ourselves pleading for forgiveness for the rest of the world, for what we allowed through our lack of participation in our democracy. In a certain way, we kind of contributed to that. But we can come back, and we are coming back. Hold it in your consciousness. We want to see the United States of America represented again, not misrepresented. All right? So hang on. There's a lot of tough things going on in the world and in America. Hang on. The full moon in Scorpio is coming on Monday. So this is the build-up. Be gentle. All right. And I'll talk to you later. I'll do a pop-up a little bit later. It might be tonight. And I will be reading the next portion of this book, available to members, The 7-Day Key to Living Inspiration and Empowerment. I'm getting a lot out of rereading my own book. So the first 3 or 4 are up there now for members. Namaste. See you soon.